thank you so much for joining us this morning, Jenna. How are you going?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries. There was such a quick turnaround between Canberra United's semi-final loss and your first AFLW game in round 2. Was it hard to sort of dust yourself off after the loss and then turn your focus towards the AFLW?
Yeah, it was a little bit disappointing to lose, I guess. We all sort of were focused and wanted to go that sort of one step further, but I guess I didn't really have a lot of time to dwell on that, and given that the short turnaround, as you said, playing on that Friday night, I sort of had to pack my bags and leave the next day sort of thing. So, yeah, it was a little bit rushed, but that's just the nature of, I guess, my commitment that I had made to both teams, and I just had to make sure that I had switched over to footy straight away, basically.
And once you made it out onto the field for your first AFLW game, what was the experience like for you?
Yeah, for me it was incredible, really. The atmosphere there, even though it was an away game, the atmosphere was incredible. And to have that many Crows supporters in the crowd was fantastic. And yeah, it really just set the scene for me, I guess. And it was an amazing first experience on the park for me. And yeah, one that I'll probably never forget.
And I guess extending on that, what were your preparations for the W League and the AFLW like, considering you were simultaneously playing and training for both? And did both of your clubs give you like heaps of support in that?
Yeah, well, first off, that they did. The Crows and Canberra worked wonderfully together and allowed me to play both at my top potential. So that I'll be forever grateful for giving me the opportunity to continue to still do both. But the preparation, I guess, for the AFLW was really hard whilst I was playing W League. The girls were obviously in pre-season, but for me it was a matter of I had to stay switched on to soccer while we were still playing, because otherwise, my performance may drop here and there if I was, thinking about footy too much at the same time. So I've just got to have to stay focused on the soccer, which is what I had to do, and I couldn't afford to switch hats too quickly. Otherwise, yeah, I might see a little bit of a performance drop. So something that was really hard for me was, while the excitement of the league building up in the background was going on, I really had to focus on soccer and just stay that mentally switched on. And then once all my commitments were finished, like the semi-final, I could finally then start thinking about footy and start, preparing myself for basically round 1.
And when AFLW was initially announced, were you always planning to get involved, I guess, while playing W League?
Yeah, absolutely. I've always wanted to play footy at this level if there was an opportunity. So, yeah, definitely. It was never a no for me.
And AFLW is really emerging as one of the premier women's sports in Australia. As the profile of women's sport in general rises, do you ever feel that one sport will afford probably more opportunities than the other, which will force you maybe to choose one sport over the other, such as the new payment deal announced in the W League? Are you worried about that?
Obviously, as the years to come, both sports are going to grow immensely in terms of financial support and off-the-field support and on-the-field support. So there will probably come a day, yes, but I'm not quite sure what that factor will be that will help me to decide. It could be an opportunity to represent, Australia in soccer, and that's, always, that's probably, the highest achievement that you can get. So, that would probably then take a priority. So, I don't know, it could be something like that, or it could be financially, as you said, with the plan there announced from the PFA. If that falls into place, then, yeah, there might also be some other thinking involved. But at this stage, I'm just enjoying being able to play both and having the opportunity and the support to do so.
And has it been really special being involved in the foundation year of the AFLW and seeing how it is having a far-reaching effect not only on AFL fans and AFL in general, but the Australian sporting landscape over the whole country?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. The first year's been incredible in all its firsts. And it had our first signing, our first captain, our first kick. Our first Guernsey reveal. Like all the firsts that had happened so long ago with the men, we've now been able to sort of experience now, and it's just a very special time for all of us to be involved in it, and we're all very grateful to be here because, as you said, it's a very unique opportunity, and there's a lot of support and a lot of excitement about the first league and the first year of the league. So, yeah, to be involved in it is just, it really is a dream come true for me, and never thought that, I would be involved in something, but so excited to be, involved in it.
Let's take you back to your first game, round 2 against the Dogs, kicking your first goal in the Adelaide Guernsey. How did that feel?
Oh, that was wow. That was awesome. Yeah, I was just trying to find a describing word for it, but like the passion that I felt there when I scored that goal was out of this world. Really, it just felt so good to be playing my first game and scoring my first goal in probably a pivotal part of the game where we then started to turn it around or not sort of turn it around, but put our foot on the pedal a little bit and sort of run away with the game. So, for me, that was a very awesome experience. And as I said, with my first game, it'll be another first that I, remember for the rest of my life.
And a bit's been made about Adelaide pre-season training in 2 different locations. How have you, as part of the squad, seen that? Affect the club, but not only that, they've now managed to come together so cohesively.
Yeah, look, the two, both of the groups have accepted that, we are apart, and half are in Darwin and half are in Adelaide, but, at the same time, we trust in them, and we trust that they're doing the exact same program, the exact same hard running, the exact same work, which they are, because they've been set the program with the coaches up there. So we can trust that, they're putting in all the work, hard work on the track at the same time as we are. And when we finally come together, we all know the team structures and tactics and all that sort of stuff. So when we come together, it's like finally we can come together and see our friends and hang out and gel a little bit. And we know that everyone, if we look to our left, we look to our right, that person's going to have our back, or that person's going to perform well in the game, do their job. So it is a very unique relationship that we have going on, but it's been very successful and we make it work. And the hardest thing about the whole team being split is saying goodbye to them at the end of the weekend after we've played and having to go back to Darwin. So, we're a very tight-knit group and the distance doesn't really affect us.
Looking to your weekend's game against Fremantle and the rest of the season, are you confident that you and the girls can keep up your unbeaten run in the AFLW and land a coveted top 2 spot in what is the inaugural competition?
Yeah, look, we're confident in our ability. We're confident in the way we play. We're confident in that if we stick to the structures and if we do our jobs individually, we will get a result. So, we're really excited to play, and we just have to be focused and make sure we execute the game plan perfectly, and we will come away with it if we do, because we trust in the coaches and we trust in what they have, in what they've set us and given us and the advice that they give us. So we're all very excited to get out there and already play in round 4. As you said, it's a very short competition, so we have to take every opportunity that we've been given to play for the Crows as, a once in a lifetime, because it's going to be a very long time until we sort of do this all again. So it's very special to run out onto the field and play each game, so we'll be taking it as it's our last one.
And you can catch Jenna playing against Fremantle at Fremantle Oval on Sunday night. Thank you for chatting to Sports Desk today, Jenna, and good luck for the weekend.
No worries. Thanks for having me, guys.
No worries.